Hey folks, Reloading Bench here. I thought I'd do I'll call it an odds and ends video. And I did confirm that it looks like there was a little bit of a boo-boo on whoever packed these rings for me, because I had ordered two things on the order. One was a swaging punch for a military crimp or dealing with brass that may need to be swaged. And I'm guessing that whoever was picking the order, when they saw the 50 BMG swaging punch and then they saw the item number for the 1.25 inch, they probably had 50 BMG on their mind, and I guess a standard 50 BMG from other manufacturers outside of Lee, like RCBS and I guess CH4D themselves, it's 1.5 inches on the diameter as opposed to 1.25 inches. So those are in the process of being exchanged, and I spent a little time this evening making the containers for the die so they won't clank around and metal on metal and get dings and damage, especially on the threads. I picked this up recently off somebody online. I was looking for a loading tray. This is my staple, and that's not going to work. So just too big, no way around that. It's just not happening. So this was a nice trade-off. Not a big fan of billeted. I would have actually preferred something in plastic, lightweight, personal preference. But for what it was, I'm also a big fan of craftsmanship, homemade stuff. When somebody can make something that's high quality and offer it to you at a good price, just like inline fabrication comes to mind, I'm a fan of that. So I don't think I'm going to be doing any heavy reloading for the 416 when I do actually make rounds, but this gives me an option of having 18 rounds on the bench, not having to worry about moving around. Looks nice, but again, had my druthers, I would have preferred something in plastic, but I haven't found anybody that carries. Then again, I haven't really looked that hard. I think I stumbled across this by mistake. Put some rubber feet on it so it doesn't slide around on the bench, especially on the wood, and that'll work fine. So that's taken care of. And then I think if you saw in the previous video before my oopsie with the rings, I had a couple of tubes, two long tubes, one that was approximately 2 inches in diameter and another that was about 1.25 inches. So essentially what I did was take that tube, I bought some extra caps, took the table saw, made some slow cuts so that the plastic wouldn't get too damaged. It's cold in the garage, so these are going to be tight, but clean cuts, no complaints. They will do well for having the dies not getting beat up by clanking against each other. Cheap solution, does the trick, and that'll be for the factory crimp die. And I think that's it for all the dies and shell holders. So once everything starts coming in, I think we're just about done with the components to reload outside of, say, powder primers and empty brass. So whenever we build this beast of a gun, we'll shoot these off, unless between now and then I can find some once fired brass. Shoot this off, use that for reload, and now it's time to focus on that single shot lower that's being Cerakoted and then delivered to a local FFL, and then ordering the upper. So stay tuned for more.